I look back 2 years ago, I'm like, wow, I made big strides, and I tell people all the time, like, you can change your whole life in a year or two, and that's what I did, really. I mean, in 2 years, I changed my whole life.
If I would have told you at 25, with the trajectory that you were on, that one day you'd gross your first, $1 million in revenue in your business, would you have believed that?
At 25, I would say I want that.
Yeah.
I would want that, but no, I wasn't even near that path. That wasn't even
On your
that was-
radar, yeah.
That wasn't even like, that's just a dream. Like, no, never thought I'd be making $1 million a year.
Now, what advice do you have for people who are watching this or listening to this anywhere in the world at any age, men, women, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, about them starting to feel feelings like, well, I'm getting older. Everyone around me is already in their 20s. It looks like everybody's, got a BMW or Lambo when they're 21, and like, or they start seeing the landscape of the digital world, and maybe they're in insurance or sales or any of these other professions.
Yeah.
And they're starting to, get maybe what you had, where like some of those thoughts were creeping in their head. What do you say to those people that feel like they're getting older and, they're not quote unquote becoming as successful as they want to be?
Right.
Being on this side of the fence in your journey, what advice would you have for people on that?
See, I feel that if you have a dream and it keeps coming back, like it's something that you really want, it's because God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, he wants to give it to you, but he's just not going to give it to you without you putting that action. I feel like the universe helps people that helps themselves, right? So if you keep wanting that, I feel like it's for you, but not without taking that action. And that was the issue with me, is that I've always wanted those things. I always wanted to have my own business, but I never put that action. I never fully committed for whatever reason. Fear of embarrassment, fear of what other people would say. And I would say commit to it, take that action, and follow through with it.
Because you started and stopped a lot, right?
Yeah, it wasn't until 39 years old that I just said, I'm gonna do this all the way through, even if I fail. I was either 39 or 40, so I was older.
And that was literally the decision you made, line in the sand. I'm going all in.
I'm going all in.
Sink or swim.
Not only that, and I have the support system now. I have a wife that she thinks I can do it.
Yeah.
Even
so
though
I gotta act like I can.
Yeah, I gotta act like I can.
Yeah.
Even though I have all these doubts inside me, she thinks I can do anything.
Was she doing better than you at the agency financially?
When we were working at the yes.
Yeah. Did that also kind of fire you up, motivate you a little bit to
No.
kind of at least try to catch up?
Maybe subconsciously, maybe like, man, she can't make more money than me. But no, I don't think that was ever the issue. I think more of it was, I didn't want to make promises like I did before, and not fulfill those promises because I didn't want to get a divorce again. I mean, she's the girl that I wrote down in that journal, so I don't want to start all over and mess that up. So now, if I make a promise, dude, it's I'm going through with it. I'll work a lot harder for somebody else than I work for myself. That's for sure.
What about in terms of the questions you get the most from people about, like, how to get unstuck, right? Because it's fair to say, I mean, it sounds like, you had many situations where, your account was overdraft, or, like you've been in rough situations where mentally it's hard. You have a daughter, you can't, afford to get them food and all this. Yeah. What questions do you find that people ask you the most, whether it's insurance agents that you help or entrepreneurs in general? What questions do you feel that most people ask you that you think is like advantageous for a lot of people to know in terms of getting unstuck? Like, is it just try again? Is it, what was it for you? Just kind of like dusting yourself up and trying something again and again and again, or what was it for you?
It's definitely 100% in your head. Everything's mental, and I just had an event, a couple of days or yesterday, and I noticed that the really successful people, like, their beliefs are like so much higher. Like, I noticed that the higher the belief of they believe in themselves, the more money these guys make. I could tell, like, this guy makes more money because I can tell he believes in himself a lot more than this guy right here. Even though this guy's successful, but it's
You can feel the energy. Yeah, yeah.
you can feel like the guy is successful because he believes in himself. And that's one thing about, I don't know where that comes from, that belief. I think you have to go through those struggles to gain that confidence and then gain that belief. I don't know if
It's like a muscle.
yeah, I don't know if it's possible just to believe it and just do it.
Yeah.
But if you can maybe set small goals, small wins, and achieve those wins, you'll gain a little bit of confidence, and then go to the next level. I know people say dream big, have your goals really big, but sometimes when you set goals really high and you don't get it, your self-esteem goes
Right.
down. For me, if I set little goals and I win, my confidence gets higher, my belief gets higher, and
What else can I do? What else can I do?
yeah,
you
it's just
start
little.
upping. Yeah.
Yeah,
And over time, you look back and you're like, oh, wow, that was pretty big. Yeah.
exactly. I look back 2 years ago, I'm like, wow, I made big strides, and I tell people all the time, like, you can change your whole life in a year or two, and that's what I did, really. I mean, in 2 years, I changed my whole life.
If I would have told you at 25, with the trajectory that you were on, that one day you'd gross your first, $1 million in revenue in your business, would you have believed that?
At 25, I would say I want that.
Yeah.
I would want that, but no, I wasn't even near that path. That wasn't even
On your
that was-
radar, yeah.
That wasn't even like, that's just a dream. Like, no, never thought I'd be making $1 million a year.
Looking back, what do you think are some of the things that you didn't do, or I guess wish you did differently, or wish you had done better?
I definitely did a lot of things right because I did a lot of things wrong before.
Right.
I probably did everything wrong before, so I'm like, I'm gonna do the opposite of all that. So
Yeah.
I think I did a lot of things right, and that's what sped up my process. But one thing I probably would have done faster, a lot of times you don't want to spend money to get a coach, or spend money to buy a course or something to learn. But people go to college for 4 years to not even work in that industry, or not even be able to get a job. But then we won't pay $1,000 or whatever that amount to learn a certain skill.
Right.
And I would have probably done that faster. I would have spent money to learn skill faster and got a mentor to speed up that process even faster, which I think I did it pretty fast, but I think I would have done it faster if I would have done that.
I love that, man. Now, what about with your students? What are some of the things that you notice that some of the most successful students do versus the ones that don't do? Because it's one thing to learn from a mentor; it's another thing entirely to implement it. So, what are the common denominators you notice? Whether it's because I know you have a team and that whole thing. So, whether it's insurance agents or people in your courses or your programs or your coaching, what do you notice that separates people, or what do you feel separates the people that end up doing well from the people that just kind of end up stuck in that cycle of always trying versus the people winning?
Yeah, it's I kind of explain it like, if you have a fitness coach and he has 100 clients, and he trains each client and gives them the same workouts, the same diet plan for them specifically, and 80% of them succeed and then 20 fail. Does that program not work? We know that our program works, but what I see that the people that don't do well is, one thing, they don't believe it's going to work for them for whatever reason. Which, I had the same belief also, but I try to make them believe, like, if you do these steps, you'll 100% get these results because we've already had so many people do it. So I would say mindset is a big thing with anything, and effort and work, the work ethic, because you can have all the belief, but if you don't actually do what's in whatever that program or that course is, obviously it's not going to work. So if you belief and that effort is what I think are the two main things that why people don't succeed.
Thank you so much for enjoying this video. And if you found this content valuable, uplifting, and inspiring to take your life and your business to the next level, then I have some exciting news for you. Because the Passionate Few Academy officially launched our brand new on-demand training that you can access absolutely free at www.tpfacademy.com. Right there, you'll learn the #1 way to grow your personal brand or business brand online fast. The same way I've learned from interviewing some of the most successful people on the planet right here on the show who've done exactly that. So again, don't forget to check it out, www.tpfacademy.com. I promise you, you'll be blown away. And also, don't forget, there's 3 ways you can connect with me further. #1, you can text me absolutely free at the number on the screen right now and send me your most pressing life, business, or branding question, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. #2, if you'd like to be interviewed on the show, you can actually apply right now in the description below and apply to share your incredible story, brand, or business right here with an audience of potentially millions of people, the same way we've helped experts, entrepreneurs, and authors just like you. And don't forget, that opportunity comes with the ability to partner with us and help feed 1 million people through our partnership with Feeding America. Again, you can click the link in the description below titled Interview Application to find out more. And last but not least, #3, if you'd like to get consulting from our team and work with you to help you grow your personal brand or business brand, no matter what industry you're in, we can do that by simply filling out the questionnaire in the description below titled Consulting Application. And if our team thinks that you'd be a great fit, who knows, you may just be invited to work with us to help you take your business to the next level. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for enjoying this video. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you never miss an episode. And until next time, live strong, live with passion, and I'll see you in the next inspiring video.